everybody, and welcome to the final episode of our first season in the Liga 1 with Troyes. And today we are here for two games, and with it being the final episode, we have two big teams, Monaco and Marseille. So, well, let's get stuck in. This first game, we're going to go for it. We're going to go all out. We're going to try and take the win against Monaco and keep this win streak going. I think in the second game, we're just going to bow out. We're going to see the end of the season and we're going to let a lot of players have sort of their last appearance for the club, or what could potentially be their last appearance for the club, who have been an important part of the squad. So anyway, let's get into this first game. One thing to note is actually that we do have a suspension to Noé Stefan, so Royer is starting up front. Zimmerman also suspended, so Nasreddine comes in. Let me talk about Zimmerman and Nasreddine for a minute, because they're very similar players in that they have the same problem. Ignore these red arrows. They're both very, very good mentally, but their technicals are absolutely useless. Like, if you look at Nasreddine here, he has one that's in the good rating, in the light blue, and everything else is in the grey. He only has one that's in the white, in the sort of average rating. Everything else is below par. And if we go to Zimmerman, it's an extremely similar story. He has, again, the one in the light blue, the one in the white, and everything else is below what we want. But mentally, they're both very, very good. And then physically, they're both good enough too. You know, they're both, I would say, average to above average physically. So it's really difficult to figure out what to do with them. And if I'm being honest, I don't see both of them still being here next year. I want to keep one of them because I think they present a good option, but I don't think they're both still going to be here because they're extremely similar players and they both have similar failings. And I do like technical fullbacks, which is why I'm so excited by the prospect of Cedric Horn, where if you go here, look, you may only have the two that are blue, the first touch and the tackling, but he's only 17, and look at all the ones which are in that average range already. He only has two which are below average with his penalty taking and his finishing, and for a right back, if you were going to pick two stats, it'd probably be those, to be honest. Even his long shots is up at like 11, so I don't know. I think I am probably going to swap out one of our left-backs for somebody just a bit more technically minded. I just wanted to bring that up because I just realised that they're very similar players and I can't really pick a favourite between the two. If I was going to choose, I'd probably keep... It's a really hard choice because I think Nasreddine is slightly better, but then Zimmerman's slightly younger, but he's also worth more, so if we sold him, we'd get more from him. It's a really tough call to make. I'm going to have to think about it, but without further ado, let's get into this game. That's enough of talking about left-backs. If we don't bring one in now, that's going to be a pointless conversation, isn't it? But, well, they've got a decent team here. The obvious standout player here being Lo Celso and Golovin in the centre of the park, but a couple of other, you know, decent players in there by the looks of things, none that I've actually heard of. So, let's just get into it. It's a 4-4-2. At the end of the day, we should be able to beat a 4-4-2, regardless of who is playing it. Hand over to the assistant, and well, you got a great reaction. 6 players reacting positively to that. Let's get stuck in. I'm delighted for my Sonny making his 125th experience. His injury is now fully recovered, by the way. Parmentier is the captain, apparently. Noé Stefan is... Yeah, I'd rather have had him available. He's had a good season, Noé Stefan. He started poor, but since then he's been relatively... You know, he's been not a great goal scorer. He's not scoring every single game, but he's been reliable. You can expect him to get a goal, as we have an early free kick, and Ilan Bordas smashes it in less than 5 minutes in, and Bordas finds the back of the net from a dead ball. It's a very good strike, isn't it? Let's not try and hide that fact. Bordas absolutely curls it beautifully. It's great to have Bordas to take these free kicks that are from the left-hand side, where Marietti can't really. He's left-footed only, but Bordas from that side provides an ample threat. And, well, we see it taking effect there. As they have a free kick of their own, they're going to smash it. My Sonny claims with ease, holding it firmly, not looking shaky at all. And, well, we're going to try and create something of our own from here, you've got to imagine, but it's not gonna work out well. Royer can't win the header. It might be actually no, it's definitely not. I was gonna say it might be Royer's first start for us. It definitely isn't. He was the reason Stefan got dropped in the first place. As they come forward, Manet strikes, barely crosses the line. So close. He literally drilled it into the post, and it just managed to flick over the line. It's back to 1-1. It's a shame to lose the lead that early, especially against a team of Monaco's quality, but, I mean, look at that. It was so close. Unfortunate there, but they managed to carve out for a good chance, and they took it. So now, we need to get another goal, put ourselves back in winning positions, but they have a free kick. They belt it over, fortunately for us. No drama from that one. Well, they've got a free kick here, but it's not a threatening one. It's definitely an indirect from there. But they're trying to work it forward, and Ronnie Lopez plays out wide here to Henriks. We're putting the pressure on, but they manage to get the cross away. Parmentier flicks it outside the box, but they're still in possession of the ball. Lopez there carved out a great chance for himself, but the shot, unfortunately, couldn't do justice to the creative work. They do have another highlight here, though. We're still in the first half, and there's been a fair few highlights as we're trying to put the pressure on. Manet goes very close. It was a close effort. There's nothing else to say. It was a great strike, but Mysonio holds firm. We managed to get the ball clear. Still a bit of time left in this first half. Let's see what happens. They've got a throw-in that's basically a corner, and they try to find it into the box, but we put the pressure on. They strike. That was poor, actually. That's a highlight, really? It wasn't even a close effort. It wasn't threatening. I don't know. That's a very weird highlight, but it looks like there's going to be one more before half-time. The ball's currently in their box. They're trying to work it around their back line. We need to put the pressure on. We haven't seen a chance for us since our goal. We need to try and, re-establish that we are a threat in this game, that we aren't just going to roll over. As Horn flicks forward a header, but it goes straight to them. Manet on the ball, cuts across, but Antonio clears, at least getting rid of the immediate danger, but they're still in possession, trying to come forward. We got lucky there. They had a man out in so much space on the right-hand side, but they went for glory. They went for that long shot, and Mysonio manages to push it over the bar. They flick in from the corner, but we managed to get it away. And it looks like we will be going into half-time at 1-1. They've certainly been the dominant threat since our goal, really. It's been all them, but we've held firm, and I don't think we've really got overly lucky. We've had a good defensive performance, I think. I think we've forced a lot of long shots. We've forced a lot of not necessarily clear-cut efforts, and I think it's working to our benefit. They're missing a lot of chances. Let's keep it up. 70 minutes in then, and we're still looking a little bit dead, so I'm going to take off Royer for Vita Gabriel, and I'm going to take off Say for Malwesa on this left-hand side, and just get things changed a little bit, to be honest. Get some more supporting players on there, because we're struggling to create chances, and that's what we really need to do. At the same time, we'll tell them to get creative, and try and find a late winner in this match. Well, we are into added time, and the second half has been, incredibly quiet, and it looks like it's going to finish at a 1-1, which against Monaco, honestly, I'm quite happy with that. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's quite a good result. Monaco are a fantastic side, and we've managed to pull out a draw. They obviously had the better of the game, really. I was going to say the first half, the game in general after our goal, but we put in a great defensive performance. We absolutely shut them out in the second half. There were no chances for either team, really. And, it led to a relatively good result. If it was the middle of the season, we certainly wouldn't be complaining about a draw against Monaco. So, it's not bad. I'm quite impressed with that. But Ilan Bordas picks up man of the match for his goal, a great free kick early on into the game. Everyone thought we'd be beaten and we weren't, and their reaction reflects my own. It was a good result. I think we'd be, like I said, if it was the middle of the season, if we were 20 games in and we'd got a 1-1 draw against Monaco, we'd be like, right, that's a good result. Let's build off of that. Now, the table. It's close. It's very close between us and Lille. We are in 9th, they are in 10th. We're either finishing in one of those positions. If we outmatch whatever Lille do, we will finish 9th. If we don't, we'll finish 10th. However, I'm going to stick with my original game plan. I want to give just a lap of honour to some of the players that have been so good for them. So we're going to give a run out to some of our players who may not be here next season. There's nothing definite, obviously, but, there is Follett's retiring, but other than that, there's nothing definite, but I want to give those players one last run before the end of the season. So, here we are for the second game, the final game of the season, and we are playing Marseille, the team we first faced in this division. So, the lineup, Mysonio in goal, Navarro, Ponte, Follett, and Nasruddin, the backline which got us promoted to this division. Bordas and Asede are the defensive midfield pairing, and Buemo, Derek Assay, Vita Gabriel, and, of course, Thomas Eriksson. So, let's submit the team. Let's get into this game. If Thomas Eriksson scores, I will be extremely happy. I want nothing more from this game. I want a Thomas Eriksson goal to thunder into the back of the net. Hold on. Wait. Before we get into anything, set piece takers, is he on them? I just have to make sure. I don't want Ilan Bordas taking free kicks. Free kicks, left side, right side, Thomas Eriksson, brilliant, exactly what I want. Hope so. Team Irishing set the record straight. Let's go. Let's get into this, and let's pick up a good win with a side of players who have served us very well over the years. They've got a throw in here, and they're going to look to try and push us, but Bordas wins it, and Derek Asede ends up on the ball. So, can we maybe find an attack from this, as we are in possession? Nasruddin's on it, all the way back in our half. We launch forward. Vita Gabriel pounces onto the ball, strikes and it's blocked, strikes again and hits the bar. He could not have gotten any closer. 2 shots. The first one blocked, the second one hitting the woodwork, but at least we've had a chance. They've got a corner here, and they're going to look to try and whip this in. Follett heads clear, but they were down in the box, but the ref indicates no foul. Oh, VAR is being called into play after the main action was done. And, well, the referee said it was no foul, so this is interesting, really. He's reviewing the footage. Hopefully, it's in our favour. Well, he's made his decision, and he is going to say it is a penalty. VAR confirmed it, and it was fouled by Derek Asede, unfortunately. It's going to be a penalty. He strikes, and it does go into the back of the net, putting Marseille 1-0 up. Now, it's only half an hour in, not even. It's 27 minutes, so every chance we can get back into this game yet. They've got a throw in deep in our half. We need to try and win this ball back. We need to be trying to create some attacks and trying to find a goal to win us. That is a great challenge there by Ilan Bordas, showing why he's so crucial to the side and why we missed him so much when he wasn't here. Strange highlight, because the shot could not have been further away. I think it was closer to the space station than it was to our net. But, well, at least it showed a good defensive display from us. I can't speak, as they have another throw in here. They're going to again look to push forward. And we're again going to be the ones trying to force the effort out of our box. As they cross in, they get to the back post. Nasruddin claims the loose ball, but the clearance isn't great. And the cross from them is very, very good. They managed to put it into the back of the net. Now, that's annoying, really, isn't it? It's just a very good cross. I don't know. I feel like Nasruddin maybe had a bit more time on the ball there than he thought he did. He maybe should have just put it out for a throw-in. I'm not quite sure, but the cross was good. Navarro was close, but close doesn't win you the ball, unfortunately. The strike, again, equally as good, and it puts them 2-0 up. And we're going to go into half-time with that deficit, and, well, with them being largely dominant. Oddly, when you play a really good team with not your best team, it's hard. It's just difficult, really. There's no other... I was trying to think of a more eloquent way to put that, but no, it's just difficult. They've got a throw in here, and, well, we need to try and win this ball back. We need to start having chances if we want to try and get anything out of this game. But so far, they are the ones coming forward. They've managed to get in behind us again, and it is 3-0. Diego Lainez is going to be the one putting the ball in the net. I'm just going to pull up the, or maybe I'm not. I don't want to see it again. I don't care. I want to pull up. They've got a free kick. Go away. Latest scores. What are Lille doing? That's all I want to know. Why is this so hard to find out? They're winning 2-1. Can Metz bag a couple of goals, please, so we don't, lose our 9th place spot? I don't want to finish in 10th. I feel like we've made 9th our own. We've been here for ages, but they strike from a long way out. It goes just wide. I mean, I can't really complain, can I? I decided to use this game to send off a few of our better players rather than taking it fully seriously. I guess let's have a bit of fun with it and let's give some of our players the respect they deserve. And if we lose because of that, so be it, really, as they strike again. I know I said we'd lose, but I mean, come on. This is getting a bit embarrassing, to be honest. We've got a throw in. Navarro tries to find Thomas Eriksson, and, well, he flicks it into the box. They head clear, and they're getting the ball out, but Derek Asede pounces on it. Bordas is on the ball, gives it to Navarro, back to Thomas Eriksson, back to Navarro. Can we find a goal? Can we at least find a consolation effort? As Asede goes close, it'd have been really weird if Asede scored, because he's probably the only player who's still going to be here next season. It might not be... Well, and Bordas, I guess. I don't see him going anywhere either. Not by choice, anyway. But, well, let's keep going at them here. I still think there's a chance we could potentially get something. And Mysonial will be here too, and maybe Nasruddin, as they flick in a free kick, and it's nearly 5 there. Mysonial there with a wonderful save, proving why he's going to be here next season. It's a wonderful save. I think he's had a decent season, considering he's had to make the step up, and the back line is when the back line collapsed in front of him is when he really struggled, which is fair enough, to be honest. You can't really fault him for that. As I don't care about your goal line technology. Get rid of it. They've got a free kick here. Just a couple of minutes left to play. They flick in. We're trying to put the pressure on. They strike wide, but, well, this is going to be the biggest defeat we've had all season on the last day. As Bordas flicks a corner in, Vita Gabriel manages to score. We do get a goal. It's not our biggest defeat of the season. It's our joint biggest defeat of the season. As well, we pull it back to 4-1. Vita Gabriel getting a goal for himself. His first of the season, assisted by the corner from Ilan Bordas. And at least it's something, right? At least we managed to have something to celebrate in this game. And, well, this last highlight is going to tick out, you've got to imagine, and that is full time. It's a 4-1 defeat, but you know what? I don't care. I think it was pretty apparent we weren't going out into that game to win it. We were just trying to give our good players, the players who might not be here next season, I was going to say a lap of honour. It was more a lap of shame, really. But, well, you know what? We finished in 10th. We had a decent season. We finished in the top half. Our first season in Liga 1. And next season, it's a case of how high can we go. I mean, look at teams like Havre, for example. It was their second season in the division this year. They got Europa League. Will that be us? Who knows? So, I think we can certainly try and push for these sorts of places. And just see what we can do, to be honest. So, here we are at the end of season awards. And, well, player of the season, Dorian Marietti. Actually a bit surprised at this one. I'm not going to lie. I wasn't expecting it, but he managed to claim it. Marietti, Assay, and Grandsa are the top 3 players. No Estefan, oddly, not featuring. But, well, fair enough, to be honest. He was very poor at the start of the season, and I think that will have a negative effect. Whereas Marietti, Assay, and Grandsa are all quite consistent as the season went on. They were all constantly contributing, whereas Stefan did take a while to come into his element to start getting, you know, the actual contributions on the scoreline as an attacker, really. Goal of the season, again, Marietti, early on into the season against Lorient. We'll have a look at that in a second. Derek Assay was signing of the season, and honestly, there was a couple who I thought it could have been. Zacharias Antonio, Parmentier, both very good as well, but I think Assay is the right choice, to be honest. I mean, he was outstanding, and we'll go through the player's stats in just a second, but young player of the season, again, Dorian Marietti, he got player of the season, so obviously he's only 21. It was always going to be, wasn't it? So let's take a look at this goal. Well, it is a Dorian Marietti free kick from so far out, and he just absolutely blasts it. It put us 1-0 up against Lorient, and well, 30 yards out, and he smashes home the free kick. I think that's his second season in a row, Dorian Marietti. He's got goal of the season, actually. That's fair play to him. That's a great track record, but well, what else is there to look at down here? Players inducted into the overall best 11. Grandsa is now on the bench. Ponte was a pick of the... What? Ponte's in our best... Okay. Ponte, despite barely featuring all season, managed to get himself inducted into the best... that's confusing. He hardly played. Either way... Sorry, that's so... He's not played all season. The press kept badgering me saying, where's Ponte? And like, I don't know, it's just weird really, isn't it? Our season review, we had actually a 99% full stadium. We certainly can't complain about that. 25 players used. Our match of the season was a 3-1 win against Bordeaux. The game a few minutes ago, really. And, no, wait, was it yesterday? It was yesterday. Sorry, I've played them all in the same day, hence why I'm wearing the same clothes. It's just messed with my head, I'm not going to lie. The moment to forget was either of our PSG defeats, both 3-0. Unfortunate, really, but it's PSG. What were we going to say? This is annoying. Team leaders, Ilan Bordas, and then 2 players who aren't going to be here next season. Highly influential players, though. A lot of whom are going to be here next season, apart from Derek Assede, potentially. The other 4, all players I'm looking to keep a hold of. So, well, it's very good, to be honest. End of season team meeting. Now, hold on. Where's our budget? Well, is this the money? If this is the money we've got for pre-season, problems. But the season is finished now. Champions, no Euro. I want to go top half. Is top half too low? Too high? I don't know. I ain't got a clue. Say it passionately. Yes, there we go. The boss is right. We can finish in the top half. I'm actually going to try and push for Europe, but you want to say the right thing to get the right reaction, obviously. It doesn't matter what you actually want. You want the reaction. So, all of them look fed up. I'm not liking all these reds. Actually, this is a bug. I know this is a bug. It happened last season, too. If you go on here, look, none of these reds are here. They're just fictional. So, it's a very annoying bug, actually. So, yeah, I'd rather that wasn't in the game. Confidence review is obviously a bit of a waste of time. It's a new board, so just skip over that one, really. And then, well, the pre-season start date is the only thing left to decide. And I want the long pre-season. I want the 6 weeks. We've got a lot of work to do over the course of the pre-season, so hopefully we can, well, start to get that bedded in. Here we go, some budgets. Oh, that transfer budget, though. £6.99 million. And then a wage budget of... I don't know how long the camera's been off, I'm not going to lie. The wage budget of 89,000 to play with. Now, this is a little bit misleading, and I'll show you why. So it's a wage budget of 89,000, but if we have a look at some of the players that are likely to move on, players like Simon Follett, players like Rafa Navarro, players like, give me another one quick, Arthur Ponte maybe, are all players who are on a lot of money, but likely to not be here next season. So, or not likely to, but they have the potential to not be. So we may have even more money than that to actually play with at the end of the day, which would be absolutely lovely. We could have the potential to spend a lot of money on players here, and I mean, that could lead to a lot of things. I mean, we can nudge this way a little bit, and then, well, we've still got 50k to play with. We've got about 10 million to sign players with. We're going to have a transfer window, and I'm hoping we can come back with some great signings, to be honest. I'd really like to strengthen this side and make a push as high at the table as we can. It's so nice to be out of financial hell and able to actually play around with some of our money, which is beautiful. It's very, very nice. So let's just take a quick look at the stats of the team, really. I want to see, like, sort of who our top scorers were, all that sort of stuff. So where is it? It's on here somewhere. Selection info, right? Yeah, appearances. A lot of players played a lot. Mysonio with obviously the most appearances, 41 games. Played in pretty much every game this season. Actually, I think he did. I think he played in every game this season. Marietti is the outfield player with the most on 40, which is quite impressive, to be honest. If we go to the average ratings, Dorian Marietti again, 7.08, followed by Derek Say, 7.05, and Gransar on a 7.01. Elan Bordas also putting up some good numbers on a 7, especially when you consider he was out for a large majority of the season. But if you actually take a look, a lot of players here rated very highly. Nasruddin, Stefan, Antonio, Mysonio, Parmentier, Follett, Diabate as well, who did very well, by the way, in his run at the end of the season. I think Diabate really, really impressed me, so might be playing a lot more next season. Cedric Horn as well, 6.82. Obviously, it's easy to forget because of how much he featured. Cedric Horn's first season of competitive football, I think he held his own really, really well. He's 17 years old. He's growing brilliantly. I'm just hoping we can keep seeing more from him, to be honest, because I think he's got potential to be an absolutely insane right back. I'm excited. Goals is obviously a big one. Noé Stefan bagging 17. Gransar as well with 11. Very respectable. And then Marietti, Assay with 9 and 8 respectively. All the main goal contributors in our team right there. And assists, I mean, there's only one man, Derek Assay. 12 assists and 8 goals for him. It's a great tally. And you may remember when I signed him. I say you may remember, this was like 3 weeks ago or something for you. But it was even longer ago for me. I don't know why I'm saying that like it was easier. But well, last season at US Orleans, when we signed him, I pointed out that he scored 10 goals and got 7 assists in Ligue 2. And if he could produce similar numbers to that, we would be extremely happy with his signing. He's bettered it. He's got 2 less goals, sure, but 4 more assists for a total of 19 contributions. And he's got a very similar average rating too. It can't have been much more similar without being the same, if we're going to be honest. So he's had a great season. I'm really impressed for Assay. He's done well. I had high hopes for him, and he's met them, and it's always nice when that happens. It doesn't feel like it always does, but it's nice when it does. Marietti as well, 7 assists. I mean, you can't play down his impact. 9 goals and 7 assists for a player in the attacking midfield role is absolutely outstanding. It's exactly what you want, and he's absolutely lethal from his free kicks as well. So, well, he's a great player, isn't he? This front four, I think, is absolutely crucial, and if we can keep Stefan in form, we have so much potential to really do damage with this front four that we've got. If we can retain these players, there's only Assay as well who's getting on a little bit. He's 28 years old, but the other three, all very young. I think they're all 21, actually. 21, and Noé Stefan's 21, I know he is. So yeah, it's a great bunch of players, really. The only other thing I really want to see is not the players on international duty. That's completely irrelevant. I want to see the value of our players. So the most valuable player is Elan Bordas on 6.5, followed by Marietti, 6.25. I think the one out here that really leaps out to me is Brian Mbuemo on 4.1 million. It would be a nice 4.1 million in the bank account. I'm not going to lie. I don't really see Mbuemo staying, if I'm going to be honest. He wants to leave. I'm not particularly attached to him. Let's move him on. So yeah, the competition stats. Now the top goal scorers, we don't really feature too highly up there, but Noé Stefan not too low down either. He's done a respectable job for himself, tied for 7th, especially considering how long it took him to get sort of firing on all cylinders. So it's not too bad of a tally for him. Derek Assay up in 4th, or tied for 4th, on the assists as well. So again, a couple of players who've really done themselves proud. And, well, I think that's a nice place to wrap it up, really. So, we've got a lot of signings to do. We've got a lot to do in the pre-season, but the next video will be a bit of a tour around sort of just the state of football in our game at the minute. So we'll be back tomorrow for that. It'll be up at 5:30, or you can subscribe to get it into your feed, whichever you prefer. Follow the Twitter, join the Discord, all of that stuff, and I'll see you all then for that. Thank you very much for watching, and catch you all tomorrow. Goodbye.